gotta be honest with you folks, I'm not the biggest supporter of vampire films. I feel like there's only a handful that really caught my attention. But going back to 2010 with Let Me In, that originates from a Swedish film, Let the Right One In, it really caught my attention in a way that it doesn't feel cliche going into the film. Hi, welcome back to the channel. Let me just break down what the movie's about. Bullied at school, neglected at home, and incredibly lonely, a 12-year-old Owen spends his days plotting revenge on his tormentors and spends his nights spying on other residents of the apartment complex. Yeah, that's like the base of it. But once we get the ball rolling, all hell breaks loose, and I'll tell you all about it. But first, consider subscribing to the channel. We're on our way to 500 subscribers. I know we can get there in time, hopefully by the end of the year. But until then, sit back, enjoy this review. Mattreeves, who directed this movie, also came out with Cloverfield. Here we have, a 12-year-old kid. His parents are going through a divorce. Now, it's set in the 80s. And it's a very wintry vibe going on in this movie. It's just him and his mom shackled in an apartment. Right away, the movie lets us in on this kid's life, what he's like behind closed doors. He's not exactly normal, but we've all been there, right? And it's up until some new people move into his apartment complex. A young girl played by Chloë Grace Moretz. She plays Abby, and her caretaker, Richard Jenkins. Now, we know nothing about them thus far. Abby and Owen get to know each other. They bond this little friendship. Let Me In is so unique because it's not a full-blown vampire film, with the caskets, stakes to the heart. It's a hybrid of those things, but it feels like a murder mystery mixed with a coming-of-age story. What's even more brilliant is the fact that at the core, it's a friendship between Abby and this kid Owen, Kodi Smit-McPhee. He's 12 years old. He develops a crush for Abby, but she's not exactly human. She's a vampire, and she needs to feed. We witness these character growths. Now on the side, we get some interesting characters, especially with Richard Jenkins, known as Abby's father. He literally goes out at night to kill someone so that Abby can feed on that person's blood. There's some mishaps. He messes up along the way, and it just gets worse and worse, and that affects the narrative, but in a good way. Don't get me wrong, this movie is as bleak as hell. Mattreeves did a good job in making sure this movie is dark and depressing. And when I say this was a coming-of-age story, it is, but it's also gory, very gory. The movie wastes little time in getting to those parts. Aside from the friendship, Owen's life is really a downward spiral. He doesn't really have a connection with his mom. He doesn't see his dad, and he's being bullied at school. I think Abby is his way out, but she has troubles of her own, and that's what makes this film so relatable in a way. I put this up there with, The Lost Boys, the original Dracula, Fright Night. It's up there with those greats. At the end of the day, I'm gonna have to give this one an A-. Guys, do check it out if you haven't. It's the 2010 remake, directed by Mattreeves. Do seek it out. It's totally worth your time. Thank you so very much for watching. Guys, stay tuned for more spooky reviews. Take care. Folks, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps out in the long run. Dark Room Reviews, it's the place you should be subscribed to. Join the channel. It's free.